Maxim, I am very happy to welcome you on the next 100 of our podcast. What has changed since last 100?
Well, when I was thinking that you probably would ask this question, I actually realized that one thing that changed is maybe sense of time. It's both scary and excited because I do remember that we were recording, like our fifth hundred podcast, like quite earlier, but apparently it's already another one. So this is like a scary thing, like the time flies. But and another thing, I do realize that it's only scary if you waste it on, like something on different, which is not really, like matter or aligned with your goals. So I guess that's probably the main highlight.
How has your preparation for the recording changed?
Okay, well, okay. This is also a good one because sometimes, to be really fair, sometimes it could be like a last minute. Literally, sometimes I would have to jump from another call, put like stuff on, like quickly check the what are the topics. So this is the one part of it. Another part of it, and I stole it from you. Like I think of the world like in terms of the pockets. Every time I do know like what kind of topics we had ahead, and I'm thinking, okay, what kind of question I may want to ask, like whether it's like something that could be interested for people to like to talk about it, or maybe vice versa, what could be a boring question that no one will pay attention. So I think having all of these pockets is good. Another thing, I literally, if we would look into, I don't know, like even 500, if we look at our table, I would put like a little mark, like what I want to ask. For nowadays, I'm trying to keep everything in my head. So basically, it's like trying to challenge myself, like, okay, whether at least I will be able to remember that. I guess that's pretty much it.
Okay. Do you have any favorite podcasts on the last 100 so far?
Okay, yeah. I would put it like this. My favorite podcast is when we go out of the rails because sometimes we would discuss one thing. Yes, we still stick to the topic we're trying to, but maybe when like you would give like some really interesting stories, or maybe when we derail to a different thing, then go back and apparently the skill that like we're supposed to discuss with all of the like breakdown, expansion, etc. It turns out it's still that skill, but it's tasty, it's interesting, it's challenging. So it's kind of, like a the skill or podcast with a twist. So I think it's not specific podcast, but specific type of the podcasts.
Well, if you did the last few hundreds from the scratch, what would you make different?
I would definitely try to, like do keep a structure, of course, because it probably will take some time to figure out what works, what's not. I would try to maybe, like try to look in the different directions because apparently what I realized, even when attending the skills, I realized that there are so many things that I should ask, but never did. Or maybe, like there was an interesting topic, but I made it quite boring and, like it just like ended in a different direction. So for me, I would say, I would try to rethink how go deeper yet keep it light and interesting and yet useful.
Okay. Have you ever thought of dropping recording or switching to something else?
I wouldn't say so. For me, sometimes, like there was a time that, there was not enough sleep or, like a lot of things pressing. But then I realized, okay, like if you drop once, like you would have this, intention to really drop it. I mean, for sometimes, yes, when we're traveling or whatever, it's probably okay-ish because there is no connection in the airplane or whatever. But no, I don't think so. More than that, every time I scroll and literally every time we launch it, I have to scroll through the table, which is actually quite nice. I realized, okay, it's a lot, and this gives an energy to just, like push it forward.
Yes, I quite agree with you. Is there any interesting things that you observed in your guest during all this time?
Yeah. Okay. First thing, I mean, it's not even this. Literally, there is no like a pause when the moment you start to answer, like there is always would be a question. So this is one thing. Another thing, it's always like a story behind it. So for me, it's actually like a wow. Whatever I would ask, it's not like a theory. It's not like a quotation from the book. It's like something that actually happened, something that actually market tracks. So for me, it's like, okay, I mean, this is quite good. I mean, this is really serious thing. Another thing is like, I would say, I think I said it once, maybe it's the previous one. Probably, and okay, I will try to put it in a diplomatic way. You use this quote like "show must go on," like whatever happens, like whether someone knocks the doors or whatever, like show must go on. So I think this is a, I would say, implicit and explicit observation of the guest.
Was there anything funny that happens behind the scenes while we were recording?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sometimes they might be not be so funny, to be frank, but usually depending on the location, it could be like some noise. Someone would start drilling, or apparently, like when I would have like a meeting room, someone would try to break in by mistake or whatever. Literally, a lot of things going on. For example, I don't know, we or spectators usually just see like this square and nothing else, but apparently, sounds, phones, or even like some bad or good stuff happening in the background. So it's also nice. Well, another thing, maybe like on top of that, I realized if you go into long recording session or a long meeting, try not to drink. Sometimes you will be thanking yourself for that one as well. So yeah.
Good one. We speak about different skills. Did you spot anything new, something that didn't see before?
I would say for sure, maybe one thing that I spot without specific examples, because I think there are so many, it's interconnection. What I realized, whatever we're speaking of, there is a little like a distant sense that, oh, I've heard about it somehow in a different place, but now it's here. So this is the one thing. Another thing is a layering, and this is how to say, the moment we go further into certain skills, I look back and I realize, okay, there was some like a stupid or questions from my side that, like I should be, like asking in a different way, because there's actually another perspective. So those two things, like layering and interconnection of most of the things.
Well said. What are the plans for the next hundreds?
Just carry on. I think this is the good one. And yes, well, while the number looks good, I do believe that at certain point of time, even if for one person it will make a slight difference in their life, maybe they'll make a decision. I don't know, like maybe they just will decide to not buy beer or but open the book. I think that would be good, the good one. So the plan is carry on. The more the merrier.
Okay, can't wait till we make our thousand. Thank you, and thank you also for your teaching me English. Thank you.